This is Boxing Tickets, and we're here at the SSE Arena, and we've actually bumped into the governor, Tommy Hyde. Tommy, you're here obviously in a non-fighting capacity tonight, obviously to watch Brandon of his Irish debut, but this is obviously our first interview and probably in person, nearly 2 years. We've got used to doing Zoom interviews and everything else like that, but I was speaking to Ian Buckley and obviously other ones yesterday, and I was sort of saying that your win last weekend, I'd probably say is your most dominant probably performance as a pro so far.
Yeah, I was happy enough with the performance. The game plan was to just look dominant and look intimidating from the off start. And I think I did that once I started landing the shots. The opponent was kind of second guessing himself, and he was kind of scurrying away a little bit, which made it a little bit awkward to kind of land the clean shots. But once I started landing clean, then that's all it took then really. But I was happy enough with the performance. Good exposure on the zone, and another great night in Boston.
It's all positive, isn't it? It's ticking it off. I got 10-0 now. Like I'd said to Ian the other day, do you think a couple of years ago where it wasn't nearly happening? Yeah. You're building up a bit of steam, and I know this year probably hasn't been as active because you're getting into the bigger rounds and stuff like that as well. But I guess the good thing for you is your first fight under Lee Baird. You didn't want to go in there and let an opponent have an opportunity to get sort of going. Did you think a straight right hand would be the fight that would actually the punch that would actually finish the fight?
I didn't really think into it too much, but I know I carry a bit of power in both hands, so then when you put on the small 10-ounce rival gloves, you're like, Jesus, if I hit someone with this, they're going to sleep. So I was probably a little bit eager at the start, and then once I kind of relaxed a bit and let the shots go, then the knockouts come, I suppose. But I was happy enough with the performance, and I'm looking forward to the next one now.
What is next for you? There's sort of been a couple of rumours of maybe a potential domestic fight here in Ireland. Next, you probably don't want to give too much away because you sometimes like to break your own news, but what's next for you? Is that you finished for the year? Are you maybe going to have another one before the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm going to fight in Waterford in December, so obviously it's only a short trip home from Cork. So we'll bring a big following up to Waterford. The last time I fought there was a great buzz, so this will be no different.
The last time you were there, was it 3-0 or 4-0? You fairly progressed, sort of nearly, I guess the round stuff's gone up. Do you have an opponent locked in? I'm trying to get you to give me wee bits here. Do you know who you're fighting?
No, if I knew anything, I'd let you know. But all I know is it was only confirmed today that I'm fighting Waterford. So I seen that IrishBoxing.com had up that I'm going to fight someone from Ireland, but I don't know who's. That's the first I heard of it. I don't know who's there, but look, I fight anyone. I'm a boxer. I've always said I'd fight anyone, and this is no different. Do you know what I mean? I'm fighting in Waterford. I'm bringing a big crowd down there, and I'm looking forward to putting on a good show down in Waterford.
You're at that stage now. You've already had a domestic fight, obviously with Craig. They obviously won the Celtic title. You've already had a domestic fight. You're happy to fight anybody, as you said to me in interviews before. We know Kevin Cronin's on the card, but that's probably not going to be a fight because it looks like him and Emmet's going to rematch in March. Mick sort of threw it out in an interview with me yesterday. He was sort of going, yeah, that's sealed in for Madison Square Garden in March. So we know that's not an option. But if there's anybody as a domestic fighter that wants to fight you, you're open and ready.
Yeah, look, I'm looking for big fights, I suppose, and just whatever suits us. We're on our own path, and we've done that. We've 10 fights in less than 2 years, so there's no one really doing that. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably the most active fighter in Ireland, one of the most active fighters in the world. So we're doing our job. My dad is doing his job getting me the fights, and I'm doing my job winning the fights. So I can't complain about how things are going, and I'm just listening to my trainer, listening to my dad. Whatever they say the next step is, I follow that. And once I keep winning, keep improving and progressing, I'm happy then.
When was the last time you heard the SSE for a show? We know Brandon obviously has been here and sort of watching the crowd, and now obviously he's performing the SSE. When were you last here yourself?
I remember coming up for all the Martin Logan fights and Frampton as well. You have to put me on the spot there now. I can't remember the last one I was up for.
Burnett or Frampton maybe in 2018?
I think it was a Frampton fight. But yeah, always a great night up here, and Belfast, such a big boxing city. Just walking in the door there, Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri, so that's savage. We were having coffee with Paulie Malignaggi last night, just a sound fella, and for a boxing fan, I'm in my element, going around chatting away to them, asking them different questions and stuff like that, and really enjoying it.
Just don't ask him for his pound for pound list.
Yeah, no, I didn't ask him for his pound for pound list, but he's such a good boxing knowledge, and it's good to pick their brains about stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, look, we'll let you go. Obviously, I know you're part of Brandon's camp tonight. We'll let you go and enjoy yourself. Good to catch up with you in person, and we'll probably no doubt see you in Waterford now.
Yeah, definitely, Steve, and great to talk to you as always. I'm looking forward to another big performance from Brennan tonight. he's after putting in a lot of work over in LA, and I know it's not hard being away from home like that. What he's doing, and he's over there on his own now with Ian. That's not an easy thing to do. 2 months he's been away from home, sacrificing a lot, so it's great to see him on the big stage here in the SSE Arena, and I know he's going to put on a great performance.
Well, listen, thanks very much for your time as always, and we'll catch up, Ethan.
Cheers, Steve, on the ball, bye.